Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Noontime Kapehan, brought to you by D Cup Copy Republic, our coaching hub and home of certified life coaches here in the Philippines. We are now on our month two here at Noontime Kapehan and our daily coaching conversation, reliving the Kapehan Night by Master Coach A, where she talks about life, love, relationship, money, career, and anything under the sun, and including the sun. Oh, even the sun is being talked about. And Kapihan Night used to come in live from the floor via FB every Tuesday night until the pandemic happened. So we have now transitioned to online, and it's much more fun because we'll be able to have that engagement with you. We are bringing in Noontime Kapihan for a season only, while Brewing Live is taking a quarter break. So shout out to all my fellow game changers serving in the space and advancing life coaching. If you find it in your heart to support the works that we are doing as of the last 2 months, you may give us stars or love gift through bank deposit. Just check the bank info in the caption of this video. Send some love to all of the speakers here who's sharing their thoughts, their ideas, their knowledge, their wisdom, and all of the experiences that they have, and then sharing it to you so that you may learn in the process and you may grow in the process as well. For your food and beverage, for your food and beverages, Decaf Coffee Republic is open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. for dine-in, pick up, and delivery. What you can do is order through 0917-586-1661 and avail of our free gratitude journal prompts for you or someone you wish to bless during this time where stress is affecting many people. Lahat naman tayo nai-stress as of this time, at this very moment. And we are wanting to, manage those stress and make sure that we're able to have that mental health. We're on that positive mental health. Or if you know someone would need this gratitude prompt, and it's gonna be it's really gonna help that individual ensure that they're able to see things in a different perspective, the perspective of gratefulness, a perspective of being joyful about the things that's happening, even though at times things will not go your way. And it's a wonderful thing that you have that toolkit or that journal prompts with you to help you move towards and creating a better life. The practice of gratitude is proven to promote mental wellness. So this is something that you want to work on, you want to focus on, or you want to help someone do it. And have them invite them and have them order at the Coffee Republic, or bless them. Di ba, mag-order kayo, then you bless that person with the food and also the gratitude prompts. And we're talking about mental wellness. Master Coach A has also officially launched the Be Learning Society for Tent Maker of Be Learning Home for Mental Fitness. And Decaf Coffee Republic is hosting the Be Learning e-card with that unlocks opportunity at 5% discount from with food and beverage order from Decaf Coffee Republic. So that's a great savings already. You get 5%. And the second is you will get a mental model masterclass by Master Coach A, which is gonna happen every third Saturday of the month. So last Saturday we had a mental model masterclass, and talks about goal and how you would want to be able to make sure that the goals that you set have values into it. At times we set goals, but we don't put value in really the goal that we have. Well, we're not really intentional about it. And imagine if you can intentionally put value in the goals that you are wanting to achieve. I mean, it makes it more powerful. It makes it more motivating. It makes it more inspiring as you continue along and progress in the dreams that you want to achieve, and eventually the goals that you are working towards every year, every quarter, every month, every week, and every single day. um, what will you will also get for the third thing that you will get out of the Be Learning card is a 90-minute coaching session with senior coaches and from Life Coach Philippines. So imagine that you're going to get the 5% discount every month. You're going to get the mental model masterclass every month for you to make decisions and understand more about how you make a decision, what have you. So you save more time and energy as well, and you focus on the things that you need to do. Plus you have a 90-minute one-on-one coaching with life coaches from Life Coach Philippines. So that's gonna be a powerful thing. It's gonna, give you a lot of savings, and also the investment here is very, very affordable, I would tell you. And you're helping a movement or a passion project the Master Coach has. So for more information and registration assistance, please connect with Coach Rezzhel through 0917-586-1661. All right. So moving on for today's episode, I will be sharing to you what's so funny. Yan. Humor as an essential skills. Yes, humor is an essential skills that you can do. What I would ask for you now to please do tag your friends in there. Share this video, this link. Circulate this video for others and invite them to join our conversation this afternoon. If you are watching this on a replay, comment hashtag replay, and do let us, send us a message if you wish to connect with any points, or if you wish to connect to any points that resonates with you. If you have any questions, clarification, or maybe it's something that you want to learn more, want to grow more, just send in a message in there. The YouTube link where you can find the replay of all of the episodes of Noontime Kapehan is found in the caption on the video. So you just click on the caption there. It's in the description below. Please do follow and subscribe to the channel so that you'll be notified of all the future videos to stop your digital space with valuable content. All right. So maraming salamat for joining me this afternoon, Coach Maureen, Coach Phoebe, and of course my better half, Coach Tin. So what's so funny, and how can humor, you can utilize humor in your everyday activities, everyday conversation, and even making things, seeing things in a different perspective. But before I do that, let me introduce myself. If this is the first time you're joining me, if this is the first time you're seeing this face, I am Coach Shaun. I'm a professional life and mental health coach from Life Coach Philippines. I am a son, I am a husband, I'm a father, a brother, and a friend. And my focus is in the area of self-leadership. So these are the focus area that I have. I help individuals in the area of self-leadership for them to be more intentional about the way they feel and the way they think and the way they respond. At times we get be so reactive to what's happening in this world, what's happening in our life, what's happening in our relationship, that we're not able to manage and be intentional with all of the things that we're doing. And if we're able to master self-leadership skills, and this is a skill that you can master, this is a skill that you can work on, I tell you, you will live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. What I do is I help people have clarity with their dreams, have clarity with their dreams, what it is that you want to achieve in the future. Maybe you've forgotten about that because when you were growing up, you lose sight of that and you focus more on the demands of life and the distractions of life. Those are the things that I help you with. And also really have a deeper understanding of what is it that you desire. What brings you joy, hindi lang happiness. Because happiness is temporary. Eventually, that will go away when things are not going well, if you're not able to manage yourself. But if you understand clearly what is it that you're joyful about, what is it that you want, the kind of experiences that you have, and the kind of relationship that you want to create, you're more focused towards creating the kind of destiny that you want for your life. So if that is something that you are working toward, is something that you want to do, let's have let's get connected. Let's have a conversation and see how can I support you as you progress in your journey. One of my strength also is humor, and that's the reason why I'm teaching you today about humor. I love to laugh, and I like to tease people. I wanna help people see the lighter side of life. At times we can be so serious with the life that we have. We can be so serious with all of the things that's happening in our life that we forget to enjoy the moment. Di ba? May mga times na may nasabi lang yung friend mo, may na-experience ka na hindi ka ganda at nasira na yung araw mo. If you are able to learn that skill of humor, and that will just allow you to be more confident and courageous to do the things that you want to do in my life. So I've been doing this coaching profession full time since I left the corporate world back in 2019 after 14 years of successful career in the call center industry. That landed me a directorship role, and so a fun journey for me. But right now, I went into full time in life coaching. I see the value of this, and I know how this profession would really transform and change the future for the next generation. And my mission is to be able to help really parents create a mentally fit ecology at home. I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to help the parents out there and also your children, create a better ecology so that you can keep yourself sane, and you can live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. At times, di ba nawawala na yung connection sa bahay? And even at work, nawawala na din yung connection. And if we can create that mentally fit environment where people are secure, that they can express themselves, they can share their insights, they can share their ideas, their feelings, their emotions without the fear that people will judge them and reject them. I think it's just gonna be a wonderful experience, di ba? Na nasa bahay, nag enjoy ka. At hindi lang nakakulong yung mga anak mo sa isang kwarto. They have their own little world that you would really know and have a deeper understanding of what's happening in them, and you can support them. Para lumaki sila, you'll be at peace, di ba? At peace na natulungan mo sila for them to be successful. All right? So, thank you for joining me this afternoon, Coach Marife. Maraming salamat for joining. Um, Think about this. When was the last time that you laughed at a joke? Kailan ba yung last time that you experienced laughing at a joke or maybe laughing at someone? At times someone makes a fool of themselves intentionally. I'm not saying not intentionally, and you just started laughing because you appreciated that experience. Na natuwa ka kasi nag-enjoy ka din at nag-enjoy din yung kasama mo at yung kausap mo. Let me share to you a story. When I was growing up, I was a humorous guy. I can remember in elementary, in grade school, in high school. That is something that I am able to do. I would be able to make jokes with my friends. I would be able to, crack jokes with other people that are close to me. And that is something that I've truly enjoyed because I'm able to see other people smile in the process. Alam mo, iba yung feeling na nakikita mo yung mga kausap mo na nag-i-smile authentically, na natutuwa sila, na nag enjoy sila. And what happened, however, when I grew up, there were past experiences that I had when I was in elementary, I was in grade school, in college, and even during the work time, during times that I was at work, that I started to be more stiff. Humor is one of the biggest things that would allow you to really be intimate with other people. And when I saying intimacy is, minsan mahirap sabihin yung mga nangyari sa buhay mo na hindi magaganda, di ba? And what I do is I utilize that as a joke, as a humoristic approach to sharing to people that at the end of the day, even at times when things are not working well, you can always appreciate the moments na may natutunan ka at you can laugh about it rather than being serious about it. And I knew when I was growing up because of the past experience and relationship that I have. And if you want to know more about, the things that I've learned in my experiences, you can search in FB Inspired Fidelity. So I'm sharing to you about how we can, as men specifically, we can start expressing ourselves, di ba? Na we don't need to comply to the stereotype of this world na we need to be so serious, we need to be stiff, we need not to have experience problem, dapat hindi tayo umiiyak. These are the things that stereotype that this world has created that doesn't allow the men to really start expressing. And if you are someone who wants to have that great safe space for you to start expressing, then join me in there. It's a page, so I upload their videos, and also I upload there some wisdom posts in there so that I can help you move forward and really coming out of the shell, diba? Start expressing yourself. So growing up, after all of those experiences that I have in elementary, in grade school, in high school, na alam mo yun, you're so friendly, you have these friends you could talk with that eventually, because of the things that's happening, nawala sila, either lumipat sila ng city, or nagalit sila sa akin, nainis sila sa akin, or may nasabi ako, hindi nila naganda, hindi sila natuwa, or hindi sila na amuse, or things like that. And eventually they would leave. And that kind of started to close up my doors and not allowing a lot of people in my space because based on historical pattern, I know that that person will leave anyway. Alam mo yun niya, you've invested a lot with these people already, the emotions, your stories, your energy. Tapos at the end of the day, mawawala lang sila. Or may nasabi ka, tapos nagalit sila, tapos nawala din sila. And you're not able to fathom and understand ano ba yung nangyayari. At hindi mo din kayang, di ba, puntahan sila at kausapin sila because you have a reservation of what might happen. And that is something that I became. And even in the last 14 years of my career in the corporate world, I was so stiff, I was so serious about it because I had this fear that that might happen again. And 3 years ago, when I got certified as a life coach, that's when really started coming out of my shell, you know, being the person that who I was born to be. Na I need not be serious towards what life is all about, and I need to be focused towards what can I do and how can I serve other people and how I could put value in my relationship and also the people that I talk to. Thank you, Master Coach Jasmine, for joining. Coach Arnel, maraming salamat, watching from Samar, and thank you for joining me. So let me share to you. Back in the days, we see humor as a show of superiority, vulgarity, or it's either a defense mechanism for us to hide our true feelings. Yeah, maybe you know some comedians who were very funny when with their movies or in the stage, but eventually as they age, as they grew, they started to share all of this experiences or the thoughts that they have or sadness that they have that they're not really able to share because they're hiding that utilizing their humor. And there's some comedians as well that utilize it in a good way, that would use themselves as uh, a way to focus on being laughed about. But there are some comedians as well that utilize it to demean or disparage others. And I've experienced that as well growing up, where, some jokes are not really good, it's not really healthy for others, but there are some jokes that really would just allow you to enjoy the relationship. And in the workplace, most of the time, leaders who use their own self, cracking jokes about someone is putting their self-worth much higher than the person, because at times these leaders have low, they see themselves not really good, but this is something that's really happening in the workplace. But it's not that there's something wrong with them or they're bad or they're not a good person, because there's a lot of experiences in their life that would allow them or would make them do such a thing. But they're not bad people. I mean, they're great people. Once I get to know those people and I get to know myself, it's just a different experience. And being treated with a behavior that is this undesirable at times can cause a negative effect with other people, di ba? Pag negative, yung humor before was treated as something negative. That is not good. It's not seen as good kasi parang nampipikon yung tao. But in a research from psychologists, they started to do a research about humor, and lately, humor has been viewed as a character strength. Yan. Dati hindi maganda yung ano ng psychologist about it eh. Hindi maganda yung tingin nila sa humor. But as we progress, humor is something that you can use. And when they examined it, humor can be used to make people feel good about themselves. When was the last time that you heard a rumor and you felt good? Na parang gumaan, medyo. Kahit may dinadamdam ka siguro, or you're carrying some heavy load in there, but because someone, made a fun about some things, or maybe made fun about themselves and you started to feel good about it. Humor also, helps you gain more intimacy. Maybe you have a child right now, or maybe you have a spouse, and you want to be able to have that deeper connection with your spouse, with your children. You can utilize humor. As simple as sharing something that you've experienced in your life that's not good, that's negative, or as perceived by society as someone na parang no-no or taboo. It's something that you can utilize humor to share that, and you can be intimate and having that emotional connection with your children or with your spouse. And the third is humor would also allow you to help, buffer stress. Not just your stress, but also other people's stress. Lessen the stress that you have, or either have that experience na malala yung stress na parang it cripples you, but it moderates the impact of that stress in you. And you know humor is something that would allow you to do this and just enjoy the fullness of life. And if you want to be able to create a more meaningful and fulfilling life, there are four things in the mix that you need to have. The first one, which what Coach A has been teaching us, is gratitude. Yeah. Like every day, how intentional are you with gratitude? Like what are the three things right now that you can appreciate as of this very, very moment? You know, ano yun? Because that one allows you to see life in a different perspective. Like before, I seldom do gratitude intentionally. I just appreciate the things, and I'm always hopeful. And when I've learned about this, that being intentional in the morning, that find three things that you're grateful in the morning, then three things before you go to sleep helps a lot. Hello, Coach Orville, Mayor Leonard. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. The second is, if you want to live a meaningful life, is you need to find hope. You need to have hope. That hope that things would go out well, hope that whatever you're working towards will come into fruition, hope that your dreams, your desires, and your goals will come into a reality. This is something that allows you to have a meaningful life. And third is spirituality. Yeah, spirituality means that you're more connected with God. You're able to reflect on it, you're able to do your morning reflection, you're able to meditate with the word, you're able to have a connection with God. That is something that you can do. And the fourth, to have a meaningful life, is for you to have a sense of humor. So how many of you right now would you say that you have a sense of humor? And in all honesty, if you have a sense of humor, then how often are you showing that? How often do you share that? And how often do you bless people with the kind of laughter that every one of us need, especially during this time of pandemic? Having four of these, this gratitude, hope, spirituality, and a sense of humor, allows you, as I've said, to be more connected with God and have a deeper conversation with Him, you know, and journey into a more meaningful and fulfilling life, fulfilling your purpose, fulfilling your mission, fulfilling what God is asking you to do in this world. People who appreciate you more is a sign of great strength. Let me repeat that. People who appreciate you more is a sign of great strength. It is similar to having wisdom and love of learning. So pareha siya. Because with humor, when you continuously become humorous in any situations or in any problems whatsoever, it increases your feeling of emotional well-being. That you feel safe, you feel secured, you feel calm, that whatever happens, the experiences that you have, there is a positive side of it. That you are optimistic. That that you can be confident, you can be helpful, that the future will have a successful outcome. So, how do you appreciate humor? Thank you, Coach Colleen, for joining. And how do you produce them? Let me know that in the comment section. How do you appreciate humor? And how do you produce humor as you continue on with your life? Yan. Sabi ni Coach Orville, minsan nahihiya ako magpatawa or minsan tumatawa ako sa joke before sharing it. Okay lang yan, Coach Orville. Sometimes I do that as well. Yung parang sasabihin mo palang natuwa ka na kasi ikaw na-imagine mo na agad yung joke at ano yung naging experience mo back then. And you know what? for me, that is something that I appreciate because when someone is cracking that kind of joke na natawa sila sa joke nila, hindi pa nagsisimula, ako natatawa din ako. I mean, sometimes I put in that face, pero natutuwa ako because I really enjoy doing that because nakakapag-reflect din ako, nakakapag-connect ako. So, for those of you who's joining me, or maybe you're sharing this with someone, maybe you're seated there with someone, your husband, your friend, or someone. You might ask, Coach, parang hindi naman po ako joker, no? I'm not humorous. And paano ba gagawin to? So, I would teach you first on how to take a joke. Yan na. Kasi at times, di ba, medyo yung iba mga touchy. Hindi nakakapag-take ng joke. And we all of us want a good joke, but when it is you that is in the center of the joke, it's kind of hard to react to it, di ba? Or to respond to it. Minsan nakakapikon kasi yung joke eh. And it's difficult for you to have a good time when you are in the center of the attention. Kaya nga dito ang ginagawa ko lagi when I make jokes, I'm sorry about that, my dog is there. When I do jokes, I center my attention towards me because that allows me as well to be more comfortable and to be more, appreciative of the things that's happening in my life, even if it's good and it's bad. So here are 3 things that you can do to take a joke. Yan. The first one, when you hear a joke or listen to a joke, ituturo ko sa asawa ko to kasi minsan nakokornihan yung asawa ko sa akin pag nag-joke ako. Number 1 is, when you are taking a joke, first that you need to do is remain calm and consider the intent. Ayan. O, minsan kasi sa'yo binabato yung joke, di ba? Parang ikaw yung center of attention. So, remain calm and consider the intent of the joke. Number 2, if it is malicious, then there is no need. If it was not malicious, then there's no need for you to be upset. At times na magagalit ka kasi. Ako may experience, may mga pikon moments din ako eh. Pag minsan si coach din kasi, kapag may binabato yan sa akin, nakakapikon din pag minsan. Pero ito natutunan ko kasi na, okay, sige, wala namang intention. Mahal ka naman ng asawa mo. Sabi ni Coach Colin, yung tipong nakakahawa yung tawa nila. Tama, Coach C, di ba? Pag tumawa pa lang sila, wala pang ang joke, natuwa ka na. Parang doon pa lang, okay ka na, panalo ka na. O yan. So, again, remain calm and consider the intent if you are, experience and how for you to take a joke. And think about it if it's malicious. Then, if it's not, then no need to be upset about it. Then, laughter, yung pangatlo, laughter is often automatic, but being offended is a choice. Okay? Laughter is often automatic, but being offended is a choice. It's a choice for you to think if this person is taking advantage of you, this person is, making you look bad, making you look like you're not worth all of these things. It really depends on how you would make a decision to do that. And you can choose not to let a joke get to you if you want to. These are the things that I've learned over time na you can choose how to respond to each of the jokes that's happening. And I remember a time in which yung pag may nagjo-joke sa akin hindi maganda, naiinis talaga ako, wino-walk outan ko sila dati. But when I learned this approach in humor and in joke, I tend to be more appreciative of what is happening around me. And also the conversations and the relationship. Minsan ginagawa ko dyan, sinasalo ko pa, ina-acknowledge ko na totoo yun. I was like that before. And it's a funny thing that I would tell or share a story. When sometimes you would feel na jokes are not funny, most common na nangyayari, di ba pag may nagbato ng joke, minsan parang hindi ka natawa, parang na-cornyhon ka. The reason why jokes are not funny for you is because of the timing. Di ba? The joke is boring because of the timing. Minsan sinasabi ko yan, ayusin mo lang yung timing mo. Pag naayos mo yung timing mo, I tell you, ang ganda ng joke mo. And at times, it can be too much of a violation or offensive to others. And the approach to humor is for you to need to be like a scientist for you to test it. It's always a test and learn. Kaya pinsan, pag may kausap ako sa DCAP, yan, tinitest ko yung mga jokes ko, ayan, magpapatok ba to, hindi pa papatok to, ano yung mga tipong tao ang makakapag-accept nito. Sabi ni Coach PB, responses are important. Yeah, we don't have control over the environment, but we always have control of the way we respond to it. And you might say, isipin mo, ako naman, coach, okay naman ako. I think I am able to accept jokes. Pero bakit yung mga nanay ko, yung tatay ko, or mga boss kong medyo matatanda na, bakit parang hindi sila makapag-accept ng joke? Okay, explain ko yon kung bakit. Well, for older adults, that's the reason why they're not able to accept jokes is because they cannot comprehend much of the jokes than you share compared to younger adults. Ano yung ibig sabihin nito? The reason behind this is because of their cognitive resource. They don't have that much attention span. Their perception is much smaller than, the future generations. Memory or decision making are low because they're not able to work on this. Especially kung may mga tatay, nanay ka na very serious type, na parang hindi, nakaupo lang doon nagbabasa ng dyaryo o nakatingin lang dyan, hindi mo lang nag-joke dyan. They don't crack jokes. They're very serious. Pagkakausapin mo, parang takot ka pa. Parang gusto ko bang lapitan to? O parang hindi na lang. The reason behind that is because they didn't have these kinds of experiences. But when they do have this higher appreciation of the humor or the jokes that's being thrown, they're far more appreciative than the younger generations, than the young adults. They're far more, satisfied with the life that they have. And they see humor as something that would allow you to grow. So, growing up, kumaga mga bata pa naman tayo, I think most of us are in our late 30s or maybe early 40s. Yan. The people that are commenting anyway, ha? Not those watching. I'm not really sure who's watching in there, but if you're there, maraming salamat. If you're still listening with me, wisdom is a form of reasoning which increases in age and experience. The more that you appreciate life, the more that you get to see the positive side of life, even if in the midst of uncertainties, the midst of problems, challenges, what have you. This helps you bring in wisdom. And the more you expand your perspective, the more that you are able to relate to the humor and increase your well-being. Humor has been linked to helping a well-being of individuals. Humor is also linked with wisdom. It's true. Because in wisdom, if you have wisdom, you would make the right decisions. And if things are not going out well, then you would just see the positive perspective in there. A wise person knows how to use humor with the most importantly, importantly, is to be able to laugh at oneself. That is a wise person. If you're able to laugh at yourself, if you're able to laugh at your mistakes, if you're able to laugh at the things that's not working well for you, if you're able to laugh at the things that are not so good in you, di ba, yung mga hindi kagandahang kwento, I tell you, it just changes it. One of the things that I was not really comfortable back then talking about is my philandering with my wife. May infidelity concern kami. I think this was 5, 7 years ago. Basta, tagal na. And before, as much as possible, that is something that we don't share, and I don't share as well because hindi siya maganda eh. I mean, philandering is not something that a man like me would be able to share because it would degrade the quality or, how people see you. But I come in to realize that there's a lot of men out there who's not sharing this experience with others. They're not able to have this conversation because they fear of the response of other people. But a lot of people are doing this. And imagine if we can help them, really have a deeper understanding of what's happening in their life. And we can allow humor as a skill for them to start really appreciating the relationship that they have right now and start appreciating themselves and the things that's happening. And would just change the perspective and the future of how we see ourselves. Humor, we mostly hide our pains and our suffering. And humor just allows it to make it a little bit lighter. I realize in life that seriousness, if you're not able to, get out of the seriousness, life will just be so miserable. That's my experience anyway. And when I go went through life coaching, this was like 3 years ago. I became certified as a life coach with my wife. You know, I started to lighten up. I started to appreciate the things. I started not to blame other people for the mistakes that I have, for the experiences that I have. And I've seen humor as something that you can continuously start using. Now, it's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to crack jokes about it. It's okay for people to know that they are not alone. But of course, minsan pag-usapan kasi ganito, medyo seryoso eh. Not a lot of people can really have that skill to be emotionally, prepared for such feelings or emotions, for just such behavior. But imagine if you have a space in which you're openly able to have that conversation about your thoughts and ideas. Kasi yun, sabi nga namin when we had this coaching think talk partner lift with Coach Tin, you can watch that last Monday, Life Coach Philippines. We talk about that one of the reasons why married couples would separate or would have some infidelity issues or philandering happens. It's not because the person wants, to fulfill sexual needs. It's not. Really, the lacking there is having the emotional connection, having that deeper conversation, feeling that the guy is respected, feeling that the guy is worthy of these conversations. If that is not happening in your marriage, what will happen is the guy will find ways to fulfill that. But imagine if we can be able to help couples to, and even the men really out there to start having this conversation, and the woman would start listening to them, and eventually utilizing these past experiences to help others through humor, through telling jokes, to seeing to them that, hey, that all of the things that happen in your life does not define you. The infidelity that you have does not define you. And as a woman, your husband, philandering is not really about you. There's just a lacking, communication gap in there that needs to be synergized. There are times when you forget what you want to remember, and you remember what you want to forget. Mga bagay na gayon na sana makalimutan mo lang pero laging nasa isip mo. But the things that are important to you, that are important to your life, we tend to forget that. And that is where humor comes in for us to remember the things that we want to remember. Maybe you know someone who is feeling right now, not being able to get the result that they want, either in their career, their relationship mostly. Or maybe you're that person. You might be not getting the kind of experiences that you want. I know, maybe your finances is okay, but there's something lacking in there that you can explain, cannot articulate, you cannot verbalize. And you're fearful that when you're able to share that with other people would judge you, people would reject you, people would not accept your thoughts, your ideas. Maybe you know someone like that, or maybe you're that, like you're that in that situation. Let me help you. I help men create a safe and secured space for themselves to be able to express their desires without reservations, without inhibitions, so that they can start living their dreams. Because one of the biggest challenges of men, and this is based on the statistics, that men are less likely to ask for help compared to women. And that is because of the stereotype. And if we can create that space, I tell you, the way that men sees the world and sees the relationship would totally change. And you would have a more meaningful and fulfilling life and fulfilling relationship. So if this is something you're looking for, if this is something that you want in your life, if this is something that you have been aiming for but can't seem to find it, but you know it in your heart what you wanted, but you need help verbalizing it, you need help, articulating it, you need help putting that in paper and putting it in a plan, message me. Let's have a conversation. Let me help you. Let me create that space for you so you can start speaking your heart out without, any fear of what you're saying may be wrong or may be right. Humor allows you to see the lighter side of life and to not be so serious about everything. When you are able to see our experiences and problems in a different perspective, and you have that ability to enjoy humor and increase your mental capacity, to travel back in time and to appreciate the past experiences, whether it's good and bad, I tell you, life can be so beautiful. Life can be so joyful. Life can be so powerful that you would just want to share that experience, share that joy, share that humor, share that laughter to others, and make that connection. Intuition helps us understand something immediately without the need to overthink about it. Sometimes we overthink. It aids with humor and it allows us to perceive and appreciate humor more thought speedy first with the first impression na hindi mo na kailangan isipin because you know that you can connect with that because you are deeply rooted and connected with whom you are and what you've experienced in your life. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. I hope you're able to get some nuggets and wisdom in here. If you have your pack your bag moments in there, share it in the digital space. Let's bless the space. Let's bless the space and have them, see life in a different perspective. Maraming salamat. Thank you for joining me today. As I close, I invite you back tomorrow, same time and same digital space for Coach Mao for her topic, The Language of Love. Yan, makinig kayo nito bukas. Maganda to with Coach Mao tomorrow. To bring home Decaf Coffee Republic experience, connect with Coach Rezzhel through 0917-586-1661 for your food and beverage order. You may also visit Decaf Coffee Republic inside Pioneer Center compound in Capitolio, Pasig City. Once again, Coach Phoebe, maraming salamat. Coach Nars, mistakes is an opportunity to be better. Yes. Once again, I am inviting you to join and be part of the Be Learning journey for living smarter with monthly perks. Join us. Again, message Coach Rezzhel, 0917-586-1661. And we'll see you again tomorrow. This is every day at 12 noon. Zero tomorrow. Labam boom, labam boom, labam boom. Thank you everyone for joining. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.